Hey guys, thanks for stopping in for another episode of I Want That Reviews. Today we're going to be taking a look at the 223-556 bolt carrier group from ADK Arms. Now the bolt on this guy is 8620 heat treated, it's case hardened and QPQ or nitride, melanite, whatever you want to call it, treated, and the carrier itself is 9310 heat treated. It is also case hardened and is also treated with a cryo freeze to ensure longer life. They're both heat treated to SAE AMS 6875 standards, so you shouldn't have a whole lot to worry about there. The bolt itself is magnetic particle inspected, and then they are shot peened and aircraft quality inspected. The extractor itself is phosphated. It is also heat treated to that SAE standard and does include the rubber grommet that you can put on there to enhance the behavior. That does not come installed from the factory. That's included in the package, and you can add that on if you want. The gas key bolts themselves are grade 8 fully knurled bolts. The key itself is an aircraft quality steel heat treated, QPQ coated as well. Those are staked to mil-spec standards. You can see that the metal's pushed into where those bolts aren't going to back out. The cam pins are precision machined, heat treated, and also phosphated, and then the firing pin is machined and precision ground for accuracy. Now, when I got this guy in the mail, right off the bat, I was pretty impressed by the fit and finish of it. It looked very nice. Came in a protective sleeve to keep it from being damaged in its transit to me. Here I have the bolt carrier group from Next Level Armament in the Diamond Like Carbon. So you can see that the finish is a little different, but one thing I noticed when I pulled it out right away is that it has a very different design to it. It's got some pretty angular facets on there. My understanding is the whole purpose behind that is so that if you get gunk in there, it's to push that stuff into those channels so that they don't interfere with the cycling of your bolt. I also noticed that it is stamped that it's magnetic particle inspected, and it also has a nice little stamp there on the back of it to let you know that this guy is proudly made in the United States of America. It's also laser engraved with their logo, and just overall looks very nice. Now at this point I've got about 500 rounds through this guy. I haven't had the chance to really give it a torture test, but I've got enough to where I can start seeing some wear on the contact surfaces everywhere where I would expect to see it. Haven't had any issues. The one thing that I've noticed is the gas rings seem to have softened up, and you can see that if you set this down, it actually collapses under its own pressure, under its own weight. That's how I always understood that you can tell that it's time to change your gas rings, is when it can't hold its own weight. You'll notice we set this guy down. They're trying to fall over because they're on the fabric here, but we can set this guy down and it's not going anywhere. So that's one thing I kind of wondered about. Now I will also say I have not had any kind of cycling issues. I haven't noticed any kind of trouble with it cycling, short stroking, anything like that. So I don't know if the gas rings are worn. I just noticed that they are awful soft, and it's awfully easy to move that bolt. I've cleaned it a couple times since I've had it, and as has been my experience with most melanite QPQ finishes, it really just kind of wipes clean. It's super easy to clean, and that's a big plus for it. As far as likes go, I really like the price on it. You can pick this guy up for $99.95 pretty regularly. They go on sale on a regular basis. I very much like the finish on it. It's clean. It's very well finished. There aren't any light spots. The only spots that you could say are light are places that have been contact surfaces for me. I also really like the design and the shape. I like this faceted pattern on it. I like the fact that technically it reduces the mass by just a little bit. You can tell it's just a smidge lighter than my Next Level Armament. But I really do like that shape, and I like the stamping on it. I like the fact that it's stamped magnetic particle inspected, and I like the fact that right there it's stamped that it's made in the USA. That's a big plus for me. As far as dislikes go, I'm still kind of on the fence about the gas rings. I'm not sure if I do need to replace those already. Needing to replace your gas rings after 500 rounds is not such a great thing, but it may just be that those have softened up from use. I'm going to continue using it until I see any kind of issues with cycling, anything along those lines. At the current point in time, I'm not real concerned about it, but it's just something that I'm going to pay attention to. So with all that said, I'm going to go ahead and give this guy a strong 5 out of 5 stars. It looks great, it's got a fantastic finish, and it functions great. There's not a whole lot more you could ask out of it. So take a look in the description below. I'll go ahead and include a link to their website as well as their Facebook page. They do make some other products, so you can go ahead and get over and take a look and see if there's anything that interests you. Do you have a favorite bulk carrier group? Is there something that you'd like to see reviewed on the channel? Go ahead and leave a note in the comments below, and we can discuss and go from there. As always, thanks so much for watching. If it weren't for you guys, I wouldn't be here. So please do keep checking back on a weekly basis for more reviews of awesome products just like this one that'll make you say, I want that.
Get some.